medawase na mabo mabaso.
Okay.
Nsem-Pii TV mosomo ye mafamu de boa media space no ene nsemu a ebinom ante eche na mo de call YouTube.
Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Alright, abusuafo ma mencha wa akwa bi memre kasafoni so Nsem-Pii TV, be the first to know. Yatra se na nsem a ekoso ewo man Ghana enum ene de ba besom se sompa se de be ya wo so benya bi etie wo fi mu na ene wo nyuma mu se de be ya obohu de ekoso ewo man Ghana na abusuafo Dr. Hannah Bissiw Minerals Development Fund Administrator na yinim se NDC ade ba ko mu de ball NPP for echipa the fight against galamsey omu to the extent say kwakubu ahen ene Dr. Tony Edu etimi call amenam ho bebi a omu etu galamsey ne echiremu say nana do kwakufu ado ene Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia empe galamsey yes no asem eninti so moto adba no edema MPP abaya omba ombegu galamsey because nana do kwakufu ado I start initiative bi na opese wode galamsey ni nyina nkobre ni nyina ase nanso NDC and their tactics no ekupie mu ewa menam ho echiremu se yeto aba no edema MPP a omuba ombegu omunwuma nyina nti omuntu aba no emfama he says John Dramani Mahama a wono de oba obehye omukutupa amomu galamsey no nokra yakoto aba na wie na hama his excellency abedi akunyan so na abusuafo ade no adane ye no na PIMMC na yesesa no ebe gold board sanzo so na Dr. Hannah Bissiw enzo so akwede the administrator ede ama Minerals Development Fund na abusuafo the minister on charge of lands and natural resources Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa na Minerals Development Fund so administrator Dr. Hannah Bissiw na samedi o makwa crash enra day ewo Asante Mountain ni nyina ne se minister no at task force friend say anti galamsey task force a omode beko edetia galamsey sanso na NDC ankasa so at task force a omuso edekon editia galamsey enunti enano pay kwaku Dawuro atnase echem say Dr. Hannah Bissiw so ofa ne boot hye na ofa na tare hye na ofa ne working gear sha wonantiti say robot edi wura enfomo enwuramu ho nsuasuom ho legitimate miners nyina yesizi omu no ma nyina arrest omu agi omu gold nti ho ena omu de loot and share no ede akoshe enu nti abusuafo ensem a ekoso no nse Dr. Hannah Bissiw enra ekanyame nko anka etuo etoi sankanyankopon amfafia anka obi etimi ehwe nkra because say government anti-galamsey task force no any NDC anti-galamsey task force no eko crash ema headi ebi hostage na Dawuro edidi aka nyina yeso mesa so wi ado agyenkyere beto comment section no ase
the 2024 election na galamsey. In fact, NDC for nima bebre edi campaign tia MPP Emma Ghana for adwen be yo say NPP fairly in the fight or against illegal mining. Na na no ye ne say oba enkran a elite ni wo Kumasi no ne ade a onim se nkrofo ani abie na nkrofo akọ school me nka so bi wa kurase na ni mie but sen enema nipa wo krokase mu ehwe animu no enye no na akurase fon so hwe ede to aba into bedun kran a no be ka kire mo kran ha say who has said they went to the extent of even bagging dirty water to portray to Ghanaians say in the near future no say na Ghana for munsu a mobenom no ebeye odu akurana se a no ka kire akurase fon no say adwuma bia ni ha adwuma ha na ye galamsey yi a moye didie ekufo adonso asuma sojafo aba se omumekum emetum anu aduane engu entina asam no akwakwa de ama aban no aban ne kwa enko oyehu bibi enye yie ema omudi ye saa ma Ghana for koto aba editi ekufo ado ne naban. In fact they promise so mobile abon share in fact almost share aban no say on declare state of emergency e mining areas no nyina almost share aban no say on repeal sa act I think 4562 or so pay the right, and no suma crime for a mining in forest reserve, no, omu enyi free and all that. And now NDC about bemu. Act no for airline and man crofo etu from a good year, ewo kwae mu no, airline no still in force. I make her say, and crofo both legal and illegal mining, ewo forest reserve anymore. In fact, Ghana Forest Reserve now holds a siano, about 44. More than half. Ghana say for taking over. In fact, about 9 of them, no-go area. Obi antiminko, na ana betse omampani mahama kase oma recover or enya no kre. Omampani mi person make so oboa. Enya no kre. Omisa Forestry Commission for no man the proper report about 9 of the forest reserve. Obi antiminko, police phone timinko, forestry phone timinko, obi antiminko. In fact, edu ba bi kura na oma kofa militants fi Burkina Faso no mu ne ade e de abegu kwaye nim no mo ye illegal mining. And clearly no, we are told say a NTC4 and a illegal mining. You on tape. You remind this MP for a win. You remind this regional constituency chairman a year involved in Galamsey. But Niaba and then say NDC4 at illegal task force. And na omo kwa round. And na omo harassing. In fact, a legal miners. Legitimate miners. In fact, there was a mining site in Ashanti region. NDC for call and no put any national security operatives under Jomama. And the Kwaji Obi site legally or mining no and no Kwaji say Omo J Aminibi no and the Amusa by about power. No national security for no eco CZ mining site no mutu hegudi. Asama mekan Endra yesi ekanyamin kwa. Anka the National Anti-Galamsey Task Force no. Any the NDC illegal task force no. Omu share wa Western region. Yesi Endra ekanyame. Anka moji ebefie gu no. Enya asam ketwa. Ano pay the bonkratan bebree e de ho asam e de aba. So nye question ni say minister at task force. NDC force so at the task force ni bi. Ena omo nam wuram. Na yebeti wa oye illegal mine no. Oye registered and licensed mine now. Ye ba ye jiun some gold. Ne ya jiun fidie, ne ya shishibi, ne ya sell niema, ne ya say anya sa ade a site no, ne ya je, ne ye tu. Eno ne ade a ekoso. Na maame Hannah Bissiw. In fact, me nim adwuma Minerals Development Fund no. Me check here no, I think they are to see to the welfare and development of the mining areas. That is their core duty. And ne Hannah Bissiw sorry a no wa share bulletproof. Na wa share trousers. Na wa share kambu. Na wa tia sinwuram. Na onam se robot. O de mayi video ni bi a hu a Hannah Bissiw na ma as a robot a ne battery yewu. Say o jump sa na o de echo. Is that the fight against Galamsey? Enti tisi ano oma hunu se ehon ne betimi a milk Ghana fonti obi a tia sim ene kwaye mu ene ba bia se NDC4 tu Galamsey ni ye tu Galamsey ni ye tu Galamsey ni ye tu Galamsey ni ye tu Galamsey yani ko hese di nso na ye ko hese di akwaye no aye ene ne mo accuse NPP4 mo ba ye Galamsey aginsam etu atese ene wo ye hu hwenya yie omakofa China for edema be grow maimu ena ye tu Galamsey be say esewani ense kachre empo to the extent say endra omu take National Anti-Galamsey Task Force no omu take hostage. Yes, it took hours and sana it took the intervention of the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Amakofi Bua and sana the illegal task force the year NDC4 task force no omo etimi agile national task force no say omo enko we ama the Small Scale Miners Association on president Ora Kodwo Pepra ese afei die baby adunu gise mampani ebem enye we ni bosha mo share Ghana for mo ka kire say MPP4 na etu Galamsey enti mo yema montu yentu abentia MPP4 na mo mra ban mu na mo de mo ba ban mu a Galamsey bejai ena de ba ne san and a fair jamo, Mamma Bamua, and Negana for yes, Yapenie, Niesu, na NDC for the first time, Yanya NDC-MP. Our tia kunyaso, so what to galam say ya mani kruma him for? I say, oh, whoa, no more channel to do a few gruneso. Dear some. When you to about the mammo. Nani pet that galam say task force no, and see a home ye. Mr. Regent back one, a bang or her ya. O nipa noa, yet not to galam say task force nano, so one quacono, or your beer, why a cocaine, my chin pain. Now your cocaine here, we are where the apam that one can for her. Obia wadi apam dano on kan for her. Obia why cocaine jano. What the course on go fight uncle anti galam say task force wa. Oba na fight here. On the pan namu no or working illegality. Illegality hundo didie. Na obia wadi cocaine sika na galam say sika beso no. Ebeso no. Enti no san crofo no and then oma form na okwa small scale industry no and then omo harassment omu kom. Any ateti or mukum, or bar, you see a task force for near bet you go the phone some near Jew equipment, near Jew say, one penny, near Shannon. You saw a small scale site, now young people new crowd and they were. So ye legal mine upon now young people near, well, one bomb bet you feed. And no near dear Ecoso. So we are calling on Yera Amakofibua. Say now no better TV so. I shed the crocodile tears. Say won't to me, galam say. It's your Sakra to want to me large scale mining na a conta mine na a legally mining site no or sort of Saturn license so make us say want to me lawyers at the assembly court. Nani party for a galam say no a dear nama kofibua eka. We are calling on President John Dramani Mahama say and your boss will share Ghana for ni. Over 2 Ghana from Mrade. Over 2 Ghana for Emrade the one over 5 Ghana for home. Ama Ghana for to aba editi ama amudu ba wumia editumi hye wonsam because what catch Ghana for say wo ba forest aye tu kwa etu agudie wo mu no wo ba you ban it, you repeal the law wo betwam, and you knew say it come with consequences and so share sabo no and na Ghana for tie sabo na koto aba de ama wawie afa na be catch Ghana for say afa de wo twa sa amra ni mu a consequences e wo akire me pa cho pani John Dramani Mahama time I will share Ghana for bono. Now we knew say consequences or what or repeal some na. Yempe excuses. Yempe chimubia. Repeal the law. O say ya boss say Ekufuadu yen pabonini. Enti ye tufu a good year essay Ghana. Na enche in the near 10-15 years no Ghana back crensu. And two bar Ube declare state of emergency over all the mining areas. Omapani Mahama. Ghana for say we are demanding that you fulfill that promise. Say, Ube declare state of emergency over all the mining areas. No what me are stopping mining, illegal mining. Na Ghana for ye who me atoyin. Apart from that promise we know, ye pesi better be abim. O catch there say, Akufuado at Galam stock, any Operation Vanguard. Mama wia Ghana for wia akọ amon cry illegal mining. Medu baby no, manum kasa ne say yes, party here, ska, jump before you galam see. A two the bam ba, Sani man enkoso, but ye won't penny for on tape. I'ma confess, say omoye illegal mining. So please, ye qualify and say you fulfill your campaign promise. And again, homo soa na kufa de breso, oma tie jina, no mu diatem. No more diatem, no more trentro, no more someone no more. In fact, Professor Jampompo there also had the conscience of the nation. That's what he said. Professor Jampo can say, or he had the conscience of the nation. And now Professor Kobe Mensa, a nation and Nenuma on Kasa. And now Dr. Jampo, Professor Jampo, Nenuma ma on also on Kasa. And now recognize be any Martin Pebunum, Omo Kasa ye. And now Baka Voma one no Kaka Hunano, Homo Kasa, media for now every morning, afternoon, evening, media houses, and he lead the campaign, champion campaign, trying to paint Akufo-Addo say, or a demon ever Ghana because illegal mining cost on a bemuno. And the same media houses in the champions and apostles of illegal mining, Omunina Commandatum, meaning 78 million Ghana cedis now, the core communication department, say be a commodia, meaning. And to more Becca Samono, Yasha Mafruma. ana yema ban no atu ye mrade ene ne Ghana nsuo a ese no esei de mirika gidi ena esei na mom ye ka hunu se Nyankopɔn ehwe na da achi obi a ebebu ne awaye ho aten ano padwudwama me de brew no ena me de etwe he me din e
that it should be a government sponsored bill. So he assured that will be done in due course once the parliament, the 9th parliament, sets in motion the processes to do so. And then he agreed with the Catholic Bishops' Conference on their lamentation about the non-teaching of RME. He said that he believes that religious and moral education also encompasses aspects of our culture.
Some way, Nandi Saba power. Utieni and I'm a butcher of Miruna, Sam George, no opposition. If the second video of Sam George, no, or catch there, host in the say, our friend on the 8th of December, no, I'm born a basso. Because Andrew Hono, Naya 12 years 7th, I'm in this winnie, yes, I will be doing Kunim, I'm a LGBT, no, Maria Beshetia say, Bama fa Bama toa, Yanchino, Yavan say no, na your Baba Shas Hamran. And this about power. Tienia French Quachi for Sukika. I feel quite the Evan Kwasha religious and moral education. Quadman Penicia, a Catholic Bishop Conference for no car, the same thing in Chirawomo. Yeven Kwasim. Kwame, I feel Yentim and Penina John Dramani Mahama. Yentim and Penina John Dramani Mahama.
Mr. President, I do want to ask about the anti-LGBTQ legislation that we did see expire in Ghana earlier this year. A number of parliamentarians support reviving it. If it came to your desk, would you sign it?
The old bill expired because it was not assented to by the president. There was a legal challenge. Eventually, the legal challenge was dismissed, so it means that the president could assent to it, but it's expired. So the question is hypothetical. It means that it has to go into parliament again. And I think that what we need is more stakeholder consultation to look at whatever new bill will come and make sure that we carry everybody on board. Proper family values are something we all are interested in. And we believe that it's not only in the bills that we send to Parliament to in teaching our children those family values even as they grow. And so looking at the curriculum in schools and inculcating those values in them, I think is the more important pressing issue that we must look at.
Would you be concerned, though, if we saw a number of institutions potentially pulling back funding to Ghana if you were to sign it? Do you factor that into your thinking around the bill?
Well, I believe that multilateral institutions should avoid getting into cultural matters. This is a diverse world. We have
Johnny Akikano. Where are Assemblies of God? Amampania, ultimately holiday, Eco Parliament, under certificate of agency. My Shamra may you holiday, Nako Friday. Friday on Quaduma. Saturday on Quaduma. Sunday on Quaduma, and one Yamabano. Sama Penino, Mampania. On the D levy, Eco Parliament, under certificate of agency. My Samra, and I do the swam no mienu. Why are service of God ni? Nano Father's Day, who could get service of God as saw them, edge microphone Kasaye. Trumu, Bema Bedi Bemato. Baba Tafri Bahu. Added to the Eco Parliament under certificate of agency. My Yamra, Evan Jamapani, Ade. Yet again, Sam George, Sam Mampani, who peace. If say, so Baba dear, El Ghana, no one sign Samana, oh, who peace. Kwame Yente Sam George, near we are, I'll deal with him. Yente Sam George. President Mama will know no peace. Yente Sam George. This man, I'll deal with him today. Kwame Yente. Second line,
LGBT issues. I mean, if you get a nod, how far would you hope to push it? The president, your candidate, when he was interviewed on the BBC, he said he would now look into what is in that bill.
You know, that's a misconception that's been put out. And I listened to that full BBC interview. President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill. What the president said to the BBC was in response to why President Akufo-Addo has not signed the bill. And he said to them, look, what President Akufo-Addo should have done, instead of rejecting service of the bill, was to have received the bill, stated what his displeasure is with the bill, which is what the Constitution says. The Constitution in Article 1067, President Mahama in his response to the BBC was referring to the Constitution of Ghana. Article 1067 says that when he gets to the president, he must within 14 days indicate whether he would sign or not sign. If he chooses not to sign, he then has to bring it back to Parliament and then state in the memo to Parliament the reasons why he's refusing to sign and add the recommendations to remedy those challenges he sees. Otherwise, within the 14 days, he can refer it within 30 days. He can refer it to the Council of State, who have 30 days to give him advice. That's what President Mahama was saying in that BBC interview. He was not saying that he now has to read the bill. President Mahama has read the bill. It's because he's read the bill that he told the clergy that when he becomes president, he will sign the bill, because President Mahama has no problem with anything in the bill. That explanation he was given was basically what the president should have done as a lawyer in line with our constitution, because the president's decision not to have service of the bill on him is unconstitutional and shows you how reckless and